In the freezing winter of 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on a challenging trek through the Ural Mountains of Russia. They were led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced hiker and leader. But what began as an adventure turned into a tragedy and one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern history. The Dyatlov Pass Incident has baffled experts and haunted imaginations for over 6 decades. What really happened on that fateful night in the mountains? The group of 9, which included 7 men and 2 women, was made up of experienced hikers and students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. They were young, healthy, and determined, planning to reach the mountain called Otorden. But on February 1st, 1959, something went terribly wrong. Their journey came to an abrupt and horrifying end at a location now known as Dyatlov Pass, named after their leader, Igor Dyatlov. After failing to return on their expected date, a search party was sent out. What they found, however, was far worse than anyone could have imagined. The hiker's tent was discovered on February 26th, nearly a month after the last communication from the group. When searchers arrived, they found it abandoned and mysteriously damaged. The tent had been cut open from the inside. Yes, from the inside, as if the hikers had been so desperate to get out that they slashed their way through it with knives. Even stranger, most of their belongings, including shoes, jackets, and other essentials, were left inside the tent. Why would experienced hikers abandon their shelter and supplies in the middle of a snowy wilderness, in temperatures reaching as low as -30 degrees Celsius? As the search continued, rescuers began to discover bodies scattered around the area. The first 2 bodies were found near the edge of a nearby forest, dressed only in their underwear, without shoes. It was clear they had tried to start a small fire to stay warm, but why had they left the tent so poorly dressed? 3 more bodies, including that of Dyatlov himself, were found not far from the tent. But the mystery deepened when the remaining 4 bodies were found 2 months later, buried under several feet of snow. These hikers had suffered traumatic injuries that, according to medical examiners, were similar to those sustained in a car crash. The autopsies only raised more questions. Some of the hikers had fractured skulls and broken ribs injuries that would require an immense amount of force. But strangely, there were no external wounds to explain the internal damage. One hiker was even missing her tongue, her eyes, and part of her lips. What could have caused such brutal injuries in the middle of nowhere? There was no sign of an avalanche, no footprints from other people nearby, and no evidence of a struggle. The case left investigators with more questions than answers. As the investigation continued, theories began to emerge. Some suggested an avalanche, despite the lack of physical evidence. Others believed the group was attacked by local indigenous people, but no footprints other than the hikers were found. Then, there was the theory of a military cover-up. Maybe the hikers had accidentally wandered into a secret testing zone? Another chilling theory suggests the hikers were terrified by an unknown force, maybe infrasound. A low-frequency sound known to cause panic was responsible. Could it have been enough to drive them to madness and force them out into the freezing night? But the mystery doesn't end there. Some of the hikers' clothing was found to have high levels of radiation. Why would there be radiation on their clothes? This led some to speculate about secret radiation experiments, or even a UFO encounter. Yes, you heard that right, a UFO encounter. Witnesses later reported strange orange orbs in the sky near the pass on the night the hikers fled their tent. While most experts dismiss the UFO theory, it added another layer to the mystery that refuses to fade. Over the years, more and more theories have surfaced, but none of them fully explain all the strange details. Why did they abandon their tent in such a rush? How did they sustain those violent injuries without any external wounds? And what caused the mysterious radiation on their clothing? Despite decades of speculation and research, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains an enigma, one that still haunts those who dare to venture into the icy wilderness of the Urals. Is the truth still out there, buried beneath the snow? Or will this chilling mystery remain unsolved forever? If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of the unexplained. And let us know in the comments, what do you think happened to the hikers at Dyatlov Pass?